Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today's video we have a new pick a card reading, but before we dive into it, I wanted to give a huge shout out to Skillshare who are kindly sponsoring today's video. If you have not heard of Skillshare before, it is a huge online platform full of classes upon almost any subject that you can think about, and they are taught by real professionals. So if there is a skill that you have really wanted to learn, or if there is a way that you want to expand yourself or dive into some new hobbies, Skillshare is an amazing platform to do so. And they also have this section known as learning paths, which is a bunch of curated classes upon a particular subject. And this helps deepen your wisdom and understanding of that subject so that you can grasp it to the best of your ability. And I recently took the learning path all on Canva and how to dive into this program so that you can better understand it. I personally use Canva to make all of my thumbnails and also my workbooks for all of my online courses. So I use this program so much within my business, and taking this learning path has helped me deepen my understanding of this program so that I can bring my skills to a much more professional level and polish up the workbooks that I have, polish up my thumbnails even more. And I loved this learning path because they go so in depth on Canva. And if you do anything where you need to make PDFs or thumbnails, or if you need to make different Instagram posts, you can do so much within the Canva program, and taking this learning path can really help you deepen your understanding of that. But no matter what it is that you want to learn, even if you're wanting to dive into photography, video editing, opening up your own Etsy shop, how to price and sell products, e-commerce, SEO, even cooking and baking, or even home decor, anything that you are wanting to learn, Skillshare likely has a class on the topic, which is why I love this platform so much. And the first 500 people to use the link down below in the description box will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So if this sounds up your alley and you're wanting to up-level your life and you want to learn some new skills and implement them into your life, again, the first 500 people to click the link down below in the description box will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, which you can take so many classes and so many learning paths within 1 month. So I highly recommend checking that out. And thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right back into today's pick a card reading. Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today's video we have a new pick a card reading all about the next chapter of your life. So all of us go through these chapters, we go through these phases, and sometimes they're right around the corner and we don't even know it. So we're gonna try to get as much information in today's video as possible for you, all about the next chapter that you are currently creating, moving towards, manifesting, and we're even gonna get possible timelines of when certain things are gonna start showing up in your life and getting created. So I'm very excited to dive into this new video with you, all about the next chapter of your life. If you are new to these types of videos, hello, my name is Jem and I do psychic readings here on this channel where I tap into my intuition and I ask Spirit to bring the information for your highest good at this time that is going to help you and bring clarity for you and everything else that you need to know. So that is all the intentions that go into this video. And again, also, I want to give you a little explanation about how this video works for any of you that are new here. So I have 5 different piles in front of me. Over here, we have pile number 1. This has a type of crystal on top that I actually forget the name of this one because I rarely ever work with this crystal, but I was so drawn to it today, especially for group number 1. So I'll have the name linked down below with the card timestamps. But then over here on group number 2, we have some Sunset Aura Quartz. Group number 3, we have some Opalite. Group number 4, we have some Amethyst. And group number 5, we have some Rose Quartz. So take a moment and pause the video if you would like in order to find the pile that you are the most called towards and drawn towards. And then there's timestamps linked down below in the comment box, as well as the description box, so that you can skip right ahead to your personal reading all about that next chapter in your life. And also, if you have trouble tapping into your intuition, one way that I recommend doing that is taking a deep breath and then closing your eyes and waiting for a number between 1 and 5 to pop into your head. And then the first number that comes in without you even thinking about it, that is your intuition speaking to you. So that is the pile that you would go with. Okay, so that's one little trick of tapping into your intuition if visually picking a pile is not really working for you and if you're getting confused. Also, if you are drawn to multiple piles, that indicates that there are multiple messages for you within today's video and that your energy is resonating with multiple of these piles. So you could go ahead and watch all the ones that you are drawn to, or if there's just one standing out, that would be your group. Last little thing that I will mention here is that if you ever hear anything that you don't like in any card reading ever, any psychic reading, anything like that, you have free will, my love, and the tarot and the oracle are just a beautiful way of tapping into the current energies that are manifesting and being created in your life right now. So it is a beautiful tool at gaining awareness and insight on our current behaviors and habits and where those are leading us, so that we can gain insight on, oh, maybe I want to change something, or maybe you're going to hear something where you're like, oh, I'm right on track. This is amazing. So tarot and oracle are just an amazing tool from spirit to help us gain more awareness on where we're currently going, what we're currently creating. But if you ever hear anything that you're like, oh no, I don't want to experience that or anything like that, I just want you to know that you have free will. And with the awareness, you can definitely change that. So I want you to feel empowered by any reading that you ever hear. And I really wanted to leave that message in today's video. So thank you so much for joining me here today. I absolutely love creating these videos, and I am so excited that you joined me here. Take as much time as you need, even pause the video if you need more time to choose your group, and then I will see you in your reading. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, my group number ones, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading. So let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, my group ones, we actually start off with a really amazing message for you. We have abundance, fruition, and attraction as your first three cards. So one thing that's happening in the next chapter of your life is more money is coming in. Abundance is when we feel like we are surrounded by more, and we're also feeling really grateful, and we feel like we have excess, and we feel like we're not living in scarcity or fear. We just feel abundant. We feel fruitful as well. So there might be a dream or desire that is coming to fruition for you in this next chapter. In fact, I can say 100%, there is a dream or desire or something that you've been striving towards or wanting to achieve that is literally coming to fruition in this next chapter. And I see that you're going to be really proud of it. And this is something that can expand and become even more. Like any idea, any seed that you are currently growing is about to bear the fruit, and it's going to continue bearing more and more fruit. So I see absolute expansion here. If any of you have been trying to save your money for a big purchase, I see that 100% happening. If any of you have been working on a promotion or a business idea or gaining more money or something like this, to be surrounded by more abundance, more wealth, more prosperity, and a feeling of luxury, that's 100% happening. And the card of attraction, this is when we feel magnetic. This is when we feel like things are flowing into our life. Our point of attraction is on point. Things are flowing in. Whatever it is that you've been trying to attract or work on, I see that working out 100%. I'm also hearing a message that some of you have been really into the law of attraction lately and manifestation, which is something I am so into. So hello, welcome to the group. However, I am hearing that some of you have been really into this lately, and this is paying off. The work that you are putting in is paying off. I'm also hearing that a lot of you are doing inner work on yourself to level up, to rise higher, to become a greater, better version of yourself. And I see that that is going to be the main foundational reason why things are coming to fruition for you. Things are happening. Things are being called in. You are expanding. You are gaining the fruits of your labor, whatever it is that you are putting work in for. You're going to see the fruits of that, and you're going to be really, really proud of that. I'm also seeing a lot of you have been implementing new habits in your life. Those new habits, you are going to see results from, whether that be diet, exercise, setting up a new routine of like meditation, journaling, whatever your new habits have been, they are paying off. 100%. I also see that some of you have been maybe working on making a bit of a shift. The fact that this woman here is wearing a mask is letting me know that some of you have been really trying to make a shift in how you see yourself or how you show up to the world, or just changes in yourself. And I'm seeing that those are actually going to slowly become much more ingrained, and it's going to become naturally who you are. The angel number 44 that we have on the top here is also really significant because this talks about building a new foundation, a reliable, secure, safe, prosperous foundation. It usually also indicates really good luck with business ideas and business ventures. So it would indicate a very solid, reliable foundation with that. Any seeds that you have been planting, when we have a 44 and 4s start popping up for you, it is the indication that you are on the right track and you are building something that is reliable, lasting, secure, and brings a sense of safety and a sense of trusting, right? It's like this total thing that you can rely on. It is safe, it is secure. So, whoops, knocking things over. But anyway, let's see what else we get for you. This card deck is basically all major arcana cards from the tarot, and we're going to pull one of these to see like the major shift that's going to be happening and the main theme that's going to be occurring in your life in this next chapter. I really feel like this card wants to come out. Oh, we have the High Priest. So this is the Hierophant in regular tarot in the major arcana. The Hierophant is when we put in a lot of work, and the hat, the 3-tiered hat, symbolizes mind, body, and spirit mastery. And so what I'm seeing is for you, you've been putting in a lot of like self-work. Maybe you've been inclined to take courses. Maybe you've been inclined to read books and really work on yourself, change things around, seeking the teachings or wisdom of somebody else. Maybe some of you have also been going to therapy or doing other things that are just going to help you. It's like a self-improvement journey that you've maybe been inclined to go on or that you're currently on. And in this next chapter, oh my goodness, the High Priest talks about getting into alignment where we feel like we have mastery over our mind, our emotions, our habits, our body, our actions. We feel so much more in control. And the High Priest is also when we can sometimes get the opportunity to step up into the teacher position. So if some of you have been wanting to guide others or help others because maybe you've had certain successes in your life, maybe you're going to gain an opportunity to help teach that to other people. So the High Priest can also indicate that. It can also indicate when we seek out a teacher who can greatly help us reach our particular goals. So there could also be a guide that's in your life helping you reach things, or it could be like a combination of all of these, right? The High Priest is also when we get to a point where we feel like we're really fitting in as well, and we are not really scared of other people's opinions anymore because we just feel in alignment. We feel in alignment. And it can also indicate when we come back to a big amount of faith and trusting. So there could be certain things that you are really gaining a lot of momentum in, gaining a lot of faith behind. This could even be gaining a lot of faith behind yourself. So yes, let's go ahead and dive into our tarot cards to see some more information about this next chapter. So my group number 1s, the next chapter of your life. What else do we get for you? Okay, we have the 10 of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. The fact that we have like abundance, fruition, attraction, and then our next card is literally the 10 of Pentacles. I'm also going to darken this a bit on my camera because it's looking a little bright. Okay, let's go with that. So 10 of Pentacles. This is such a powerful card because this is when we feel so abundant, like we've attained everything and we feel secure and it's like a lasting foundation. So this is kind of repeating what I was talking about with the 44 and all of this abundance stuff, and this is repeating the abundance message. 10 of Pentacles can also be when we receive like a large lump sum of money. So if you are working on something right now where maybe you are getting prepared to sell something, or you're getting prepared to do a big project that you know you're going to get a huge bonus for, or perhaps like your dream client comes in and wants to pay you more than what you're used to. Like it's sort of different things like that. Or it's when we get a promotion and we finally land the position that we've always wanted to. It's when we feel very taken care of and our foundation feels extremely solid, like so reliable. And it's usually when something's so reliable that it's reliable for generations to come. It's something that's so stable that it really stays with us. And that's also what the 44 represents. So there might be something that you are building, working on right now, that's just going to bring like prosperity and stability into your life for years and years to come. We do also have the 6 and 7 of Pentacles. Oh my goodness, a lot of Pentacle cards, which is interesting because we were already in alignment with talking a lot about like material kind of stuff, with abundance, fruition, attraction, a lot of like money and material sort of things. So it seems like this next chapter might be very career focused for you, or focused on the material things that you have and that you own. 6 of Pentacles is when things really even out. And we feel, ooh, I'm just hearing for some of you, if you owe money, like if you need to pay off a debt, 6 of Pentacles, I'm seeing you paying off that debt, but from a place of like, oh, that's easy now. I've gotten to a place where I'm no longer like fearful of bills coming in, or I'm no longer like racking up this debt. It's all of a sudden where we feel so abundant that we're like, oh, I'm like easily paying it off now. This is easy for me. I'm in alignment. This is good. This is, you know, I really see you just shifting positions like that, where it's going to be easy for you to balance that out. 7 of Pentacles coming in as well is when we are building something even more, and we're building it even higher. And so in this next chapter, you're planting even more seeds, maybe even growing things further. It's almost like I'm hearing this word like, I'm not done yet. Like I'm just getting started. Like that's it. That's the word, is like, I'm just getting started. And I'm seeing you getting into alignment with a lot of your career wishes and dreams. Perhaps there's different things that are just going to be coming in that really get you into alignment, that really start boosting a lot of your career. And yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of fruition, because 7 of Pentacles is also when we plant the seeds and things start coming to fruition. The consistent, I'm hearing a message from Spirit that the consistent effort that you continue to put in towards your dreams, your desires, and your goals. Spirit wants you to know that that in particular is going to be the reason why everything pays off for you. I'm also just noticing another little synchronicity. The 3 and the 7 right here equal a 10 in numerology, which is a 1. The 3 and the 8s equal an 11. So we have 1, 1, 1, 44. If 1s and 4s seem to pop up in your life or show up in your life, what it's letting you know is that there is a new chapter, because anytime there's a 1, it indicates a new beginning. However, 1s, when they're in a sequence such as 1, 1 or 11, 11 or 1, 1, 1, that also indicates the manifestation and the materialization of something that you've been desiring. And the 44 is the solid foundation, that it's reliable, it's built on steady ground, it's going to last a long time. And 44s are also a number of self-improvement as well. So you are in a lot of alignment right now. And the fact that we have so many Pentacle cards coming up too, there's a lot of like money, financial things, stability coming in. Okay. Let's see what else Spirit has to say for my group 1s. So we also have the 4 of Swords, and it's being reversed. Wow. Okay. Actually, this makes so much sense that this is coming up in the reverse position for you, because the 4s, and specifically the 4 of Swords, is about a time of planning and contemplation. And look, we have another 4 for you. So 4s and 1s are your number. But the 4 of Swords is a time of planning and contemplation and thinking and revising and reviewing. When it's reversed, it's letting you know that like we're ready to take action. We don't need to contemplate, we don't need to review anymore, we don't need to continue revising. This is the time of just taking action and learning through taking action, rather than being in hermit mode or meditation mode or anything like that. I'm not saying meditation is bad. I still meditate every day and I'm a big action taker. However, you know, when we stay in the planning stage without taking action because we feel like we need to keep planning, we feel like we need to keep doing the inner work, this next chapter is the outer action. It's like, yes, the inner work is great, and I feel like you're still going to be doing the inner work. However, the main focus in this next chapter, the main focus is going to be the action and the receiving. rather than the planning, the inner work, and things like that. So this next chapter is definitely more about the action and the receiving. However, I do see you still doing inner work because I feel like that's going to be a major pull and passion for you. And it's going to be the reason why all of this is accumulating and happening in the first place. But perhaps right now, you're in this time where you're doing a lot of the inner work. And that's probably your main focus right now. I see this shifting, and I see it shifting very soon for you, actually. I'm seeing that this is just around the corner. Perhaps you've been already getting that inner calling, like, okay, now's the time to take action. Now is the time to do something about this. Now's the time to put this plan and this idea, this vision, this everything that I've been thinking about. It's time to do it and put it out there and finish it, complete it, grow it, put in the work, put in the effort. Like, I'm just seeing more of that coming through here. And yeah, let's dive into some more cards for you. So my group ones, let's see, what else do we have for you? We also have the 6th chakra, which is your third eye. This is your vision. I'm seeing you bringing a lot of your visions to life, especially if you've been like, you know, writing down what your goals are. If you've been very clear on what your goals are, the things that you are clear on right now, I'm seeing are going to come into your life very naturally in this next chapter because of the fact that you're getting clear on them. Spirit wants to congratulate you on getting clear. And look at, we have another 4. Oh, I can't believe it. But anyway, Spirit wants to congratulate you on being clear. The fact that you have been clear is the reason why things are really, really taking shape. And yeah, if you feel like you still need to add more clarity and you have a calling for that, do that. If you have a calling to still develop things a little bit more before you take action, do that. Because I feel like that's going to be such a major thing in this next chapter, is a lot of receiving and a lot of that vision materializing. The next card that we have, I love that this card came out for you. So this is the Magician and the Mirror. You seeing your own power. You seeing, oh my gosh, I am the magician that I've always wanted to be. I am that. Wow. Also, this equals the number 8 in numerology, which is unlocking your unlimited potential, expanding into your unlimited potential. The 8s are, oh, and look, it's kind of like an infinity, which 8s are literally a symbol of infinity. That's why it's tapping into your infinite potential. The 8s also are 44, broken down, so you can see it as another 44. But the Magician in the Mirror, this is you seeing your power and the fact that you've had the power all along. It's really seeing your own inner gifts, your light, what you really have to offer. I see just a lot of like self-belief and self-worth and this realization like, oh, I'm actually really powerful and I have the power to really create my dream life. The magician is the one who holds all the power to create their dream life. And we're all magicians on the inside. It's about realizing that consciously so that we can tap into that potential. Because if we don't believe that we're a magician, of course, we're never going to be able to tap into that inner power. So I just really see you noticing your inner power, seeing the magician within you, seeing how capable that you are. And I feel like this is going to be such a driving force for you in this next chapter as well. So some of you, you might even be doing mirror work, like working on your self-image, like how you see yourself. That's also paying off. So let's see. What else do we get for my group 1s? All about this next chapter of your life. Ooh, that card really wants to come out. Sovereign is coming up. Sovereign is when we are the leader and we also feel like we have our freedom. We also have Dancer and Lover. Wow. There's like joy, like total joy. I'm seeing you, your energy is going to be full of joy. It's energized and embody. You're like the embodiment of the good energy that you've been accumulating or striving for. Lovers can, for one, indicate things about our love life. It can also indicate things on a personal level. So I'll touch on both those topics. For one, on a personal level, the lovers is when we understand ourselves so much more. We start to love ourselves. We feel passionate about something in our life. This could be you getting so passionate about a goal or a vision that you have to the point where you love waking up in the morning. You're in love with life. The lovers on another level can indicate that there's significant events happening in your love life. So if you are single, I'm seeing that there is a potential to meet somebody really great, somebody who kind of awakens you, livens you up, gets you really excited about life and, connecting to the right people. This could also be connecting to a really important mentor, because lovers, when it pops up, it can also indicate platonic relationships that are just really special and deep and helpful and connected. So it can also indicate, connecting to a guide or a mentor or somebody else who is, really close to you and helping you through this time. On another level, if you're already in a relationship, perhaps a lot of this monetary stuff might be also connected to you and this person, you and your partner. So it could indicate maybe if you're in business with your partner, that's really blowing up, or your partner's just going to be so proud and supportive of you and perhaps is helping you, find the time for these things. Perhaps your partner's being really supportive and really open with, being there for you with whatever it is that you need. So that can also indicate that. Sovereign here is when we have our freedom. We feel like that we are the leader. We feel like we're the absolute creator of our life. And we feel free of old attachments. We feel free of old things that once felt like they had control over us or that they were holding us back. This is when you reclaim your power, and it even says reclaim on here, preserve, govern, and remember. This is when you govern your own life. You remember and recall, oh, I am the leader of my own life. So let me continue stepping up into this. But I really see this next chapter for you is stepping up into this leadership position, calling back your freedom, really manifesting some big things here. We also have a 4 I want to point out with the Dancer. We have a 4 with the Lovers because 13, the 1 and the 3, of course, is a 4. And then we also have a 9, which is the completion of an old phase. So that is what we have for you. My group number 1's all about the next chapter of your life. Wow, that looks like a lot of big, great things are coming in. And I want to mention, if some of you are listening to this and you're like, that sounds way too good to be true. Well, Spirit came through with that message. So that is literally your message. And I feel like this is right around the corner for you. If I had to guess, I feel like you feel a lot of these transformative energies already about taking action. You maybe already see the opportunity that's going to bring you this abundance. You might already be seeing oh, I can get an idea of where that's coming, because perhaps you're already in the planning stage of this, or perhaps you're already in the pursuit of it in some way. So I feel like you are already going to understand how that abundance is popping up into your life. If not, perhaps there's an idea that's about to come to you very soon, literally around the corner. But I do feel like what I'm getting is, for most of you, 90% of you are already aware and already working towards this goal. There's something already in motion here. And yeah, I'm seeing it being right around the corner. I am seeing that the money and the abundance is going to be accumulating and building more and more over the next 6 months. But I'm seeing this action and this shift happening immediately. I'm seeing you taking action immediately. And I'm seeing in the next 6 months, 6 to 7 months, huge things are going to shift, especially monetarily for you. 10 of Pentacles, the next 10 months are also going to be very significant. So around the 6th month, things are going to really start picking up momentum with your finances, but it's going to continue to grow from there, okay? So I'm really seeing it picking up, continuing to grow. I'm seeing a lot of immediate action happening now where things are going to start building and trickling in. And yes, so that is what we have. My group 1s, thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I'm sending you all so much love. And until next time, bye. All right, my group 2s, if you chose this pile, all about the next chapter in your life, let's go ahead and find out what's happening for you. Okay, my group twos, the next chapter of your life, we have darkness, growth, and beauty. One of the main things that I'm seeing here is that you are growing out of like a dark period. A dark period could be things where we lack clarity on where we're going, or we were going through something a bit hard, or we had a lot of like unanswered questions, things were a little bit confusing, things like that. Or perhaps like we had a lot of situations where it felt like there was a lot of resistance, or we were being held back, or there was a lot of things that we didn't want to face. So growth. Growth is your next card. This next chapter is you growing out of this. This is no longer going to be in your life and holding you back. This is no longer going to be your energy. You are growing completely out of that. And growth is also when the sun starts shining again and we get beyond something. We become stronger than something. So if there were fears or anything like that, I'm seeing you overcoming that. Those are no longer going to be bothering you in this next chapter. Growth is also when we are like kind of above the old situation. Growth when it comes to also your mindset and your emotions and no longer feeling confused or lost. It's when we gain clarity and we're growing towards something. Maybe all of a sudden you're going to gain more clarity on what you desire, where you want to go, and that growth can finally take place because things are getting figured out. You are growing, and I feel like you're growing so much stronger. There's like much more self-belief in this next chapter. And then we also have the card of beauty. When beauty comes up, it can indicate that we're going through some kind of glow up and we gain more confidence. You know, maybe there's different things that you're doing right now and even within this next chapter that are going to contribute to a lot more confidence. It's going to contribute to feeling your best. If there's been something that you've been wanting to do or improve on with yourself, I'm seeing you 100% accomplishing that, doing that, being able to, you know, look at yourself in the mirror and see so much more beauty. You know, this could be doing just the inner work, or this could even be doing something that you've been really wanting to do for yourself, such as changing your hair, changing your look, changing your style, whatever it is that you are thinking about right now. I'm definitely seeing that there's so much more confidence and like radiance that you are creating within this next chapter. So let's dive into our next cards. The next deck that I'm going to use is this small little deck that is all different major arcana cards. And we're going to get one card to represent the sort of major overarching theme of this next chapter for you. So the next chapter of your life, what is the main energy of this next chapter? Okay, that one really wants to come out. We have the Hermit. This is when we do so much introspection and so much growth. If you have been needing like answers, wisdom, if you've been wanting to even get to know yourself more, because the darkness energy can indicate a lost sort of feeling where maybe we're going through something that's really unknown and we're sort of needing to re-find ourselves. We're needing to re-find who we are. The Hermit is when we go deep within and we truly illuminate and discover so much more about ourselves, about our life, the wisdom that we need for the universe. So if you've been sort of lost on like, how do I make things work for me? How do I make my life amazing? You know, all of that. You are gaining those answers in this next chapter. You are doing so much of the inner work. So the Hermit card, some people look at it and they're like, oh, I'm going to be like alone. It doesn't necessarily indicate alone, but it does indicate that we might enjoy our solitude, or we might enjoy taking time to deeply think. Perhaps that's something that you've been really enjoying, is like deeply thinking. The Hermit can also be when we start reflecting on our past, and it brings us enlightenment and awareness of how to shift our future, and it gives us enlightenment on how to make the changes that we want to make. And the Hermit, I'm just seeing you doing that. And the Hermit is the 9th major arcana card. And the number 9 is very significant because 9s are the closing and the ending of an old chapter. So you are truly birthing in this new chapter. I feel like this next chapter for you, the theme of it is bringing a close to this unknown, this darkness, this old phase. And you're just stepping into this growth, this beauty. And what we can see here is like things are blooming. Things are blooming, and they're blooming in a very beautiful way. So this next chapter for you is going to be very different. And it's going to be where you, I feel like, are, getting so much more into alignment, really finding yourself and improving yourself to the point where you're really proud and confident and excited to get out there and be like, this is the new me, everyone. Like, this is who I am. So let's see what else we get for you within our tarot cards here for my group 2s. Let's see. So we have the Knight of Cups being reversed. This one I feel like is talking about a little bit of your current energy. And what I'm getting is that you're going to be shifting your emotional state in this next chapter, shifting your emotional state and bringing in more self-love and fulfillment. When the Knight of Cups is reversed, it can indicate that we have felt drained, like we haven't felt necessarily fulfilled by life's circumstances. Maybe it feels like there's things that keep draining our energy rather than filling it back up. Like it feels like it's out of balance a little bit, where we have to give more of our energy than we're able to receive back. This is something that I see you are going to be really realizing in this next chapter and shifting out of that so that you can grow your cup, so that you can grow the feeling of confidence, the feeling of beauty, the feeling of radiance in your life. Also, when it comes to romance, if any of you have been feeling like romance hasn't been like what you wanted it to be, maybe it hasn't reached the stage of what you want it to be yet, like your romantic life, this is also going to be shifting in this next chapter. And it's shifting because I see that you are going to be really seeing your worth. And through this self-love, you are able to confidently cut away anything that's no longer serving you. You're really able to see the answers that are going to help you with major decisions in your life so that you can find your freedom, you can find your peace, you can call in what you really deserve, you can feel your best, you can really blossom and bloom. In the past, I'm hearing that some of you have felt like you had to play it small or you weren't allowed to really be yourself in previous relationships. And I just see that that's a huge shift that you're going to be making is like, no, I want my integrity and I'm going to be me in my future, like, love life. And I want somebody who loves me for me. So I feel like that's going to be a major focus for you. When we have this card coming up, I'm also seeing you getting more into romancing your life, enjoying the beauty of life. So beauty, it's not just about our looks or our self-love. It's also about enjoying the beauty of life. Life is going to get more beautiful for you because your interests, the things that you're growing into, the things that you are going to focus on and spend your time on are those beautiful things that make you feel like you're romancing your life. It makes you feel like you're living a beautiful life. That's going to be a major focus. We also have 3 of Swords being reversed. Okay, this is definitely making me feel like some of you have recently either gotten out of a relationship or some of you are either contemplating ending a relationship that hasn't been serving you or hasn't been giving you what you truly deserve. And I'm seeing that this is going to be incredibly positive for you. I'm seeing that you being alone is way better than you being with somebody who steals your energy, steals your light. Maybe not steals it, but maybe represses it, or we don't feel like we can truly be ourselves, or we don't feel like we can fully express ourselves. Knight of Cups, when he's reversed, doesn't really feel romanced and feels like they have to maybe dim themselves or repress their emotions in order to make somebody else happy. And the 3 of Swords being reversed is an amazing position for this card to actually be in. When it's upright, it means that we're still dealing with heartbreak. When it's reversed, it means that we're really healing from it. And we're looking back and we're sort of realizing that it's like the best thing that ever happened to us. And look at, you're stepping into the growth and the beauty and the healing. When the Three of Swords is reversed, the swords fall out of the heart. So if you know what this card looks like in the regular tarot, it's like 3 swords stabbing into a heart. But when you turn it upside down, the swords fall out. They fall away. We're no longer feeling like our heart is being hurt. So I feel like that's coming through majorly for some of you. If some of you are already in like a healthy relationship, this could also be talking about healing from like friends, or a friend that hasn't been that great. It can also indicate internal healing if we've been the one hurting our own heart through self-talk, self-criticism, things like that. So it can also indicate that on a internal level, like with yourself. So if some of you are already in a really good relationship and you're like, wait, how does that apply? It would apply more on that internal level. But again, if this is resonating for like an actual partnership relationship, that's what that would mean. It's also interesting, we keep getting reverse cards for your group. So we also have the Hierophant being reversed here. You are ready to go against what other people think that you should do. Or it's also kind of getting over the fear of disappointing others and doing things your own way because you're putting your happiness first rather than societal expectations first, rather than honoring traditions first. It seems like you are putting yourself, your wants and needs first in this next chapter, which I think is going to be the best thing for you. I'm also seeing you maybe questioning old belief systems, old things that you used to believe in. You are questioning and now breaking down those old beliefs. So these old beliefs could have been something along the lines of like, I'm unlovable, no one's ever going to love me back, I'm not worthy of a good relationship, or the good relationships are just too hard to find, I'm never going to find it. Or if you've even been thinking things around like your potential or your life or anything like that, if you've been having belief systems like, oh, I'll never be capable of achieving this, I'll never be successful, whatever your belief system was. It could have even been a belief system such as like your actual like religion or faith. When the Hierophant is reversed, it indicates that we are questioning a faith or a belief system. So there could be something like this happening in your life in this next chapter, and you're questioning it so that you can be set free and build belief systems and faiths that do work for you. This is also when we sometimes have to break a promise. Maybe we made a promise that, we're really not wanting to be tied to that promise anymore. We're realizing that it wasn't good for us. Such as promising like, oh, I'm gonna be with you forever. And then we realize like that person is not our person. That's a promise that it's like, it's okay to break that, because sometimes as we learn more, we realize that that thing wasn't good for us. So the Hierophant being reversed is all those different things. It could be the breaking of a promise that helps us set us free. This is about you claiming your freedom back. Being okay, being on your own, because you are aware that it's going to be so much better than staying, where we're unfulfilled, where we feel like we have to repress, where we feel like we have to kind of, be in this unknown, this, like the darkness is when our life is filled with fears, unknowns. We have to constantly question things or worry about our future, things like that. Okay, we also have Page of Cups being reversed here. A lot of reverse cards for you. And I promise you, not all the cards, like look at, there's so many right side up cards in this deck. But anyway, there's like a half and half. What we got for you is some reversals here, which is okay, because reversals are not a bad thing. And I don't want you to ever feel like they're a bad thing. But I know some people in the comment box, they'll be like, oh my God, it must be that every card in the deck is reversed, which is not the case. So anyway, Page of Cups being reversed here. You are going to be doing things your own way. There's a rebel energy coming out for you where you are like, okay, I'm going to do things my own way, and I'm going to put my fulfillment first. This next chapter is about you finding what fills your cup. How can you fill your cup? Because living a life where it feels like we are constantly drained is not fun. And I feel like you've been realizing that. So this next chapter is about you finding yourself, finding what fills your cup, finding this growth, this beauty, this expansion, feeling comfortable, breaking some rules, breaking some promises, going your own way, being a little bit selfish. Being selfish sometimes is not a bad thing, especially because like we're all responsible for our own happiness. And I just feel like you are taking responsibility into your own hands for your own happiness, because living a happy life is what you deserve. So I'm just seeing you taking things into your own hands, taking control back over it, and feeling comfortable to speak about what it is that you really want. Not being afraid of hurting somebody else. You know, it's like, well, we all, again, are responsible for our own happiness. So like, you got to take care of you. And this next chapter is about you taking care of you. So let's see what else we get for you here. My group 1. So we also have appreciation. I'm seeing that you are going to have like a newfound appreciation for life. People are also going to really appreciate you, be proud of you in this next chapter. And I'm just seeing you stopping to smell the roses. Stopping to smell the roses. We have the beauty card and the appreciation for life, the appreciation for the beauty around you. I'm seeing a whole lot shifting within your mindset and within your interests and what you're spending your time on, and realizing that it is so, you are so worthy to spend your time on the things that you appreciate, the things that you love, the things that fill you with happiness. Like, I'm seeing that really coming out in this next chapter for you, and really a lot of self-discovery on what you appreciate and what you want to amplify, what you want more of in your life, okay? We also have hostilities. Oh, I see you facing this. You are so facing this so that you don't have to repeat this anymore. Okay, hostilities, just like when I was talking about the 3 of Swords, it can indicate a person in our life that there's been like a hostile kind of like interaction with. You know, things might not have been that great, and it's time to end that. I'm seeing you getting the courage to end things and confront things and move away from negative situations, negative people. I am also seeing, when it comes to yourself and your own maybe self-criticism or things like that, I'm seeing you calming that down. I'm seeing you questioning those beliefs, right? Because the Hierophant being reversed is questioning beliefs, questioning your own thoughts, because not every thought you think is true, right? You might think a thought one day where you're just like, oh my God, I'm so stupid, or I'm so this, or I'm so that. You know, that thought is not true. And not every thought that you think is true, right? So anyway, like, that's my point here. Hostilities can be your own internal hostilities, your own internal conflicts. It can also symbolize the ones in a relationship that we are confronting because we're like, you know what, I don't deserve to live like that anymore. And I'm going to remove myself from that. It's going hermit, going on your own, realizing that it's better to be on your own than be around this energy, right? The fact that we have a lot of cup cards coming up can, for one, indicate that either you are a water sign, or perhaps the person that we're talking about, like if there's an actual person in your life that's bringing all these energies, they could be a water sign. Water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So that's the most likely sign that they are, just considering that we have 2 cup cards that are the court cards, which are, they represent people. So just wanted to point that out for those of you who that will apply to. Okay, so our next few cards here, we have Medium and we have Seeker. So for you, you are deeply an empath. You feel energies. It's like you can read people so well. Trust your intuition. And I feel like this next chapter for you, you will be trusting your intuition so much more because you're realizing it has been true time and time again. And maybe people try to, or like this person has maybe tried to like gaslight you or defend themselves or make it seem like they're not at fault for anything. And perhaps they're really convincing at times. Maybe they're really good at gaslighting. And I'm just seeing like, trust your intuition because you know, it's like you feel these things, you know, the fact that it comes to your mind all the time. It's like you have such a strong intuition, okay? So for one, that message is coming up, and trust your intuition, okay? We also do have Seeker. So expose, heed, appraise, and face. You are going to be facing something and being able to let it go. Exposing truth. You are going to be getting the truth that you need. You're going to be getting the clarity that you need. And this next chapter of your life is going to be so beautiful because you are overcoming this phase. And one thing that I'll say, what I'm getting at in terms of timelines is that you facing this darkness or this person or this internal conflict or thing that's been maybe upsetting you or hurting you, I'm seeing that you are like right around the corner to facing it. Like it's going to happen. What I feel is like within the next few days or month max. That's what I'm hearing. I do sometimes give more bigger timelines because they are general readings, and so Spirit usually gives me a broader timeline so that it applies to everyone watching this. But for some of you, I feel like this could be as soon as happening tonight where this conversation arises. This could be as soon as like a couple days from now or like a month from now. For some of you, this could even be something that has already occurred, like maybe just very recently. And your next chapter, Spirit wants to emphasize that your next chapter is like exploring you and having so much fun, being free, calling your freedom back, being able to appreciate life, calling in the beauty, calling in your confidence, feeling good, feeling this freedom to where the hermit, okay, so the hermit is not responsible for anybody else's happiness. The hermit is somebody who is in solitude more or alone more, but I don't see you being like entirely alone. However, the energy that I'm picking up from this is like, you no longer have to please anybody else. You no longer have to worry about your actions and what somebody else is going to think or say about them. You no longer have to worry and stress about any of that. It's like you can step into the energy of being you because there's nobody else trying to control your life, right? Those people are not good. We shouldn't have people in our life that are trying to control us. And I do feel like there's been a little bit of that energy there for you. And I'm just seeing this next chapter. It's like this freedom and this feeling like, oh, I can be me. And yeah, it's calling your freedom back, your sovereignty back, your everything about you going into a much more beautiful time where you feel free, at ease, at peace with life. And I'm also seeing you, medium and seeker is making me feel like you're going to be calling in something new. The flames right here make me feel like there is a fire that is finally blowing away. This is you calling your power back, being able to blow out a fire, let it go. And I'm seeing you, you're like, oh, I can connect with my real me again. I can seek, I can find who I am. And I'm also seeing you seeking out new things and building a new chapter that's going to be just so much more in alignment with who you are. And it might take some time of like working through these fears of like, oh, can I really be me? It's like, oh yeah, I can. Yes, I can. So let me do that. You know, and it might feel a little bit weird at first because you just all of a sudden get all this freedom back where you're not worried about these other thoughts anymore, these other fears, what other people are going to think, what other people are going to say. And it's just, your sovereignty is back. So I just see you stepping more and more into that over these next few months. And I see this huge transition taking place where your life and the beauty that you're calling into your life, I'm hearing that this is all going to start really accumulating, or not necessarily accumulating, but it's really, this new life is building between the next 4 to 8-ish months. And I don't want that to sound like a huge timeline, but when it comes to like you really feeling like, oh, I've found myself and my life is going like way, way, way up and in such a different direction, it's going to feel drastically different. Your life will be drastically different in the next 4 to 8-ish months. So that is what we have here. My beautiful group number 2 is all about the next chapter of your life. It looks like you are totally getting rid of toxic energy in your life that has been holding you back and restricting your growth, and now you're stepping into growth. You're stepping into the beauty of life and stepping into like your own sovereignty, your own power, and all of that. So thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group number 3s. This is going to be all about the next chapter of your life. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Wow, my group 3s. So we have resistance, gratitude, and blossoming as our first cards. For one, your next chapter, you are overcoming a big obstacle or challenge or resistance that you have been currently facing. Look at all the growth that is happening around this. This next chapter is you growing out of this obstacle, challenge, or thing that's been holding you back. If you have felt stuck, like things have not been moving forward, things have not been progressing, or again, if you've been facing something that has just been like overwhelming, there's just been a lot on your plate, and again, like a challenge, oh my goodness, you are completely overcoming that. And this, I even used the word, I think, blossoming when I was looking at this or talking about this, or at least it's been in my head. But then we also have the blossoming card. This is when progress starts to take place. Gratitude is when we're also receiving something and we feel very thankful. So you're going to be receiving like, ooh, I just heard recognition in my mind. There's going to be recognition that you are receiving. And I'm also seeing you being really thankful about the fact that you no longer have to deal with this issue or this problem anymore. It's totally healing. You are totally overcoming it. And then we also have angel number 33 over here, which is networking, meeting important people. It's also creativity. And when we feel like we just have a lot of creative ideas that are blossoming and helping us move forward. So I think that you're going to be like creativity is your key in overcoming this. I feel like your creative juices are going to be flowing again in this next chapter, and good things are just going to be blooming in your life that you are going to be very grateful for. I do see that you might even be meeting somebody, like if you've needed help with something, or if you've needed to meet somebody, get a hold of somebody, contact somebody to kind of like help move things forward in some way. Or even if you don't even know that you've been needing that, I just see like really important networking or meeting somebody important in this next chapter where you're making the right connections that can really help you in moving forward. So we're going to dive into our next cards. In fact, I actually didn't mean to take these ones out yet. We are going to take this deck out first. And this deck is a small deck that holds all major arcana cards in the tarot, which represent the major themes of our life, the major chapters that we go through. So we're going to pull one card to get the overall energy and theme of this next chapter of your life. So let's see what your major arcana card is that is representing this next chapter. So my group 3s, whoo, wow, we have the Tower, and that one came up reversed there. So this is amazing. The Tower is when we are destroying something that is no longer serving us, which makes total sense since I really felt like you are overcoming an obstacle or challenge. And when the Tower is reversed, this is when we're in the rebuilding stage where maybe something wasn't working out for us, maybe something like maybe there's even an ending where you're getting the courage to end a cycle or to shift something, or a breakthrough, because also the Tower card, the Tower could also literally represent the challenge that's been in your way. And this can represent you coming down and just destroying the challenge or the obstacle, and you're just like, no more am I dealing with this. No more am I letting this hold me back, or no longer am I letting this stand in my way. And now you get to rebuild your life in a new way. So the Tower, when it's reversed, always talks about a rebuilding stage. This is your theme of the next chapter. You're rebuilding something new and completely overcoming that obstacle or that challenge. That is your major theme. I love that this one came up for you. So this also represents things that are no longer serving us. So if there's been anything in your life, like a job or a person or a lifestyle, a habit, anything within your life that feels like it is no longer serving you and instead just standing in your way. This could even be yourself standing in your own way. Breakthroughs, major breakthroughs that are going to help you blossom. I'm also seeing a lot of like the fact that she's playing a violin here, I just feel like it's significant somehow. So creativity, the arts, if you do anything artsy or if you're a creative person, I see you taking that to the next level. I also see your skills are going to be improving. So yeah, if you, again, have a certain creative skill, I see that you're improving that, maybe even learning something new that's going to help you expand into a greater vision in your life with that. But I'm just seeing like, yeah, creativity is going to be utilized more. It's blossoming more into your life. Let's see. We also have the Judgment card being reversed. Letting go of fear of judgment is the first thing that I'm hearing with this. Letting go of the fear of being judged. Letting go of the fear of looking stupid. Sometimes that's the biggest thing that holds us back. So sometimes it is us standing in our own way from our own fears, and it creates resistance in our life because we might have a vision that we really want, but then we're scared, like, what are other people going to think? What are other people going to say? And then it ends up being a big thing that stands in our way. So getting over the fear of judgment is what I heard when this card came up reversed. I also feel like you have a big calling that perhaps at the moment you've been delaying. This next chapter is about you taking action, overcoming any of those internal voices that have been stopping you and holding you back. I'm also hearing the words fear of being seen. So a lot of us, like, unconsciously actually have the fear of being seen. We have a fear of being vulnerable. We have a fear of being open. We have a fear of making mistakes. We can have a fear of a lot of different things. So the fear of being seen is a really common thing, and all of those things that I mentioned are under the category of a fear of being seen. Also, that card just fell out, so we're gonna go with it. I see you overcoming that. Ace of Cups. This is a card that shows up when we are starting something new that is emotionally fulfilling. It's going to be emotionally fulfilling. I'm also hearing the word aesthetic for some reason. I don't know why I'm hearing the word aesthetic. So I don't know if you have plans for something where you want to make something more beautiful. You want to make it more ambient. You want to make it more pleasing to the eye. Something like this. But Ace of Cups, I've literally just heard the word aesthetic and making something more beautiful and more fulfilling and more emotionally fulfilling to see it or be in it or live in it or experience it. And I think that that's going to be a huge payoff for you. And I think that's connected to this creativity thing. Also with the Ace of Cups is when we are seeking emotional fulfillment and we're putting our emotional fulfillment first rather than putting fear first, or rather than putting doubts first, or rather than letting things drain our energy. The Ace of Cups is when we start really focusing on our deepest fulfillments. Ace of Cups sometimes, by the way, can also indicate the beginning of a new deep relationship. So if you are single and you are seeking love, Ace of Cups. Some of you, if you have been feeling stuck or resistant because maybe you have felt closed off, maybe you felt not ready for love, just saying, Ace of Cups can definitely 100% indicate the starting of a new love interest in the beginning of that. So for those of you that are single that maybe resonate with going through that, I'm definitely seeing that for you in this next chapter, 100%. For those of you that are already in a relationship, I would see that you're getting to know this person on a much deeper level. You are breaking through walls together. You're having breakthroughs in your love life. Things are blossoming. You're feeling grateful. You're feeling appreciated in your love life. Feeling grateful for those that you are connecting with. So yeah, for those of you that are trying to manifest that right now or create a deeper bond in your love life or to take your love life to the next level, manifest love, 100% Ace of Cups indicates that type of energy and massive breakthrough there of opening up, letting down your walls. We also have 10 of Wands. This can be when we feel like we are carrying a lot of weight, and I think one of your biggest things right now, this is making me feel like this next chapter for you, you're ready to take on more. You are ready to do more. You are also ready to really own your power and own your strength. There's so many breakthroughs that you're having. For one, I feel like you are realizing how strong you really are and how much you're actually capable of, which I think is going to be such an amazing realization for you. I'm also seeing that there's going to be a lot of realizations around like balancing your life as well, not letting yourself go to burnout, because this Ace of Cups was talking about your fulfillment, right? And when we carry too much, when we're carrying way too much, it can drain us. And I'm seeing you focusing on emotional fulfillment, seeing how strong you are, but also having these realizations of what we need to maybe, like patterns that we need to end, things that we need to have breakthroughs on. But yes, I am seeing that this next chapter, I am feeling like it's going to be a busy one for you. I am feeling like it'll be full of things to do, responsibilities. However, I see you thriving through it. Based on all of the cards that we have here, I'm seeing that you are thriving through and feeling like you love the amount that you have to do. Loving seeing your strength. Loving the fact that there are things to do and things are actually moving forward. So we have that. We also have Six of Cups being reversed. This is when we start moving forward rather than reminiscing on the past. Six of Cups can indicate attachments to our past, memories from our past, people from our past. It can also represent our childhood, and it can represent previous relationships and things like that. When it's reversed, it's the letting go of that. It's also the healing of the past. So if you've had anything in your past that maybe happened even since childhood that maybe has still been keeping you stuck or restricted in some way in your life, I'm seeing breakthroughs with that, healing with that, so that you can liberate and be free. I'm also seeing you, I just got a huge message that there's going to be some sort of like forgiveness and really important healing conversation with somebody from your family, a family member. This could be like a parent, a sibling, somebody really close in your family, that there is like this deep conversation where there's understanding, forgiveness, and a fresh start. So that just came in really, really strongly there, expressing the gratitude between you and that person, and kind of seeing like, you know what, I'm actually really grateful for you, and I'm really grateful for all of our experiences. And I think you're getting to a point where you're seeing like how every experience has really served you. And yeah, a lot of positivity with that. I'm also seeing that you are the type of person to take on a lot. And I think one of your biggest realizations in this next chapter is like, yes, I'm strong enough, but I also deserve to fill my cup. That's a major, major thing that I keep hearing, because I do think that there's going to be a theme where you are really busy, because I feel like that's a norm for you. And you do realize how powerful you are through it. However, there is this calling to come back to also focus on your fulfillment and realize you don't have to take all of it on your own. You don't have to say yes to everything. You don't have to carry every single weight that there is. That's coming through. One other thing that I'm hearing from this is dedication is going to be huge in this next chapter. It's like you're so dedicated to a bigger vision and making a lot of progress, breaking down old walls that have kept you stuck, and yeah, healing that. So let's see what else we get for you. So my group threes, this next chapter, what else do we have in this next chapter? Let's see. We have deceit, and it is being reversed in this one, which I feel like is significant. If you have been like lied to in the past by like previous relationships or within your family before, if you felt like maybe there's a sense of mistrust or not wanting to open up too fast, especially within your love life or in your family life, like your intimate, close relationships, this is healing in this next chapter. This is healing. There's forgiveness, letting go so that you don't need to hang on to that energy anymore, so that you don't need to perpetuate that energy anymore. That is healing. Whew, that's going to be powerful for you. I just felt like that's going to be so powerful. Like this is going to allow you to open up to new love, especially, if you're single and you're looking. This is going to really help you open up to new love and have a fresh beginning with that. If you're already in a relationship, I'm seeing that there is healing, openness happening within that relationship, more trust and deeper bonds. If this is talking about an intimate relationship with like a friend or like close family member, I'm also seeing healing with that and forgiveness and letting go. So we also have the first chakra, which is the root chakra, Archangel Michael, calling your power back. This is huge. Group 3 is calling your power back. The first chakra also deals with manifestation. It deals with our physical body, our physical health, our physical well-being. It's also the chakra of our stability, our security, our ability to manifest things, to make money, to feel stable, to feel secure, to feel trusting. All of that is in the first chakra. And when our first chakra is out of balance, we can actually have different pains in the body, such as like low back aches, any sort of back aches really, and just other different pains or like leg, hip kind of things, anything in like the lower extremities of the body. It can also be adrenal fatigue. It can manifest in adrenal fatigue, which is feeling tired all the time and feeling burnt out. Anyway, I'm seeing that you are balancing this chakra in this next chapter. And those physical things that you might be dealing with, if you're dealing with any of those physical like pains or things like that, I'm seeing that being healed, as well as the ability to feel more stable, to feel in your power. The first chakra is like your power center. You're going to feel in your power. You're going to feel more powerful, more stable, more secure, more like self-reliant. Sorry, it's not even focused on this card, but hopefully now it is. You're going to feel so much more like, oh, I can get this done. It's just in your power, in feeling safe, right? Archangel Michael's actually, I haven't talked about the angels in a long time, but Archangel Michael helps us feel safe. And you can actually call on Archangel Michael anytime that you're feeling stressed or anything like that. And you can say, hey, Archangel Michael, please come through at this time. Thank you so much for like listening, and I really need help with this particular situation. Can you please surround me in an orb of, some people say Archangel Michael, you surround yourself in a green light, but also you can surround yourself in a red light, because that is going to help you with the root chakra, and that also helps you gain power. You can also say, please surround me in my situation in a white light, because that always encompasses all energies, all things. So yeah, anyway, you can call on the angels at any time to help you and help you bring in positive energy, to help guide you and navigate you through the different energies and experiences that you are going through in life. So just wanted to throw that out there in case that helps any of you. But diving into our last deck of cards here, let's see any last information for my group 3s about this next chapter. We have empath coming through. Wow. So you are a deep empath. You feel emotions, you feel energy. Ooh, and the fact that I was called unconsciously to put this next to this card, perhaps you feel like there is some unfinished business that you just need clarity on, something maybe even from your past that we need closure on. This is going to come through, and you're going to be given the opportunity for that in this next chapter. And I just see things blossoming and healing, and I'm seeing forgiveness, and like healing is the biggest word here. Let's see. What else do we have? My group 3s. Oh, it's interesting too. You had angel number 33 in your group 3. That literally just hit me now. That's so interesting. But anyway, yes, group 3. And the fact that we have angel number 33 showing up in this group. So 3s are really significant for you at this time, which 3s are again all about creativity, communication, networking, and that sort of energy. It can also be where we get introduced to new love, or we communicate and we're able to deepen love. It can be associated with the energies of love. So it's interesting that I also brought that up when we had Ace of Cups show through. I'm also hearing that in your relationship, there's deeper understanding coming through. And if you are meeting somebody new this month, for example, if you're single, I'm seeing like a spiritual connection with this person where you kind of just like really understand each other. And then we also have the Alchemist. So being able to take a negative situation and all of a sudden it's positive. And I really feel like you're alchemizing that with this relationship that is going through this healing here. Then we also have devotee. So this is when we are dedicated to something, we are inspired, we acquire, we emerge. Angel number 22 showing up here, and another 2 as well. 2s are planning and progress and moving forward, which I love that one coming up for you. It makes so much sense. Transmuting anything old and dark into something light and good. Realizing the positivity that has come through the previous struggles. It's like you're alchemizing struggles into strengths and into positivity. In this next chapter, I feel like you will have gained so much wisdom to the point where it's like you feel unstoppable in this next chapter, because you're like, I have learned so much. I've had so many epiphanies and I've realized my true strength through this. And it's like you're coming out stronger than ever, more confident than ever in this next chapter because of what you've learned and all the different changes that you've gone through. The devotee, I see you more dedicated to certain habits or practices that are going to be incredibly beneficial and helpful for you. I also see you connecting deeper to angels. If some of you have had a calling for that, it's so interesting that I actually felt called to talk about the angels in this reading too. And then like with this card, I really feel called to talk about it again. If some of you have a calling towards learning more about angels or spirit guides or things like that, I'm seeing that being a really positive thing for you. If not, devotee can also indicate that we're just really devoted to a bigger picture or a bigger idea, or we're devoted to changing, we're devoted to learning, we're devoted to overcoming old patterns and becoming somebody new. So I just see you really devoted to this big shift that you are going through, and that you are dedicated to change, and that this change will be permanent. This isn't a change that one day you're like, oh, let me fall back into my old habits, my old routines. Like, no, this change is like permanent for you. This is something you can trust and know that you're good to go. You got this. So that is what we have here. My group number 3s, all about the next chapter in your life. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video, and I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group 4s, if you chose this pile, this is gonna be your reading, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. All right, my group 4s, this next chapter is going to be fun. This next chapter is going to be exciting. We have surrender, pleasure, and sovereignty. So these 2 cards gave me so many messages off the bat, but we'll also get into this one, I promise. However, this next chapter is going to be exciting. This new chapter, I see that you're gaining more freedom and independence in your life. So perhaps this could be things like moving out on your own, or more independence in your career job. There's just more independence, more freedom coming through in your life, and you're having fun. This is like getting so excited about this new chapter that you're just like beaming with energy. You're inspired to wake up every day. I keep hearing the word move. I feel like some of you are moving, like moving to a new city, moving somewhere warmer or hotter, somewhere that's more inspiring for you. Being more on your own, being more independent, and feeling the freedom of that. Oh, the word freedom just keeps coming into my head. And then also the fact that we have surrender over here. We are able to feel more calm, more peaceful, more at ease. We don't feel like things are like in control of us anymore. We're kind of just able to surrender, sit back, lay back, and step more into pleasure, step more into fun. I think fun is going to be the main focus on this next chapter. It's fun and enjoyment, like genuine joy for life in this next chapter. And sovereignty is when we feel like we are the creator, we feel like we're actually in control of our life, and we feel like, yeah, it's up to us. We feel more in control. So let's see what else we get here for you, my group 4s. These are all major arcana cards, so it's like a small deck, and the major arcana cards talk about the major themes in our life. And since we're talking about the next chapter of your life, we're going to pull one of these to get the major theme of what this next chapter is for you. Oh, we actually got 2, so let's go with it. We have the Empress and Strength coming through. This is so fun. Okay, Empress and Strength. So the Empress is feeling abundant. She's also like, she sits on her throne and she looks at what she's accomplished. She looks at what she's created and she's really proud of it. She is also usually in the creation process of something. So the Empress is represented as the mother who is pregnant and about to birth something, or she's growing something. So for one, it can symbolize pregnancy. However, it can also symbolize, and most of the time what it does symbolize is getting ready to create and birth something new. The Empress, she's in her divine feminine. She likes to be surrounded by beauty. She likes to make things beautiful. She likes to put effort into herself for her to be beautiful. She's into all the self-love, the self-appreciation, giving to herself, just creating like a peaceful, nurturing, beautiful environment where you feel nurtured and you're giving the nurture. You have time for that. It's like giving the time to yourself. So you're going into your Empress stage, which is the divine feminine. And no matter if you are a man or a woman, we actually all have mixes of feminine and masculine within us, every single one of us. So even when I say divine feminine, and maybe you're a guy and you're like, what are you talking about? So what the divine feminine is going more into your nurturing, growing, self-love, sitting back and relaxing, taking in life, stopping to smell the roses. That's the divine feminine energy. So that is this next chapter. It's going into more of that. And then, yes, we also do have strength here. Strength is when we feel like we are in our power. And it's also when we feel more radiant, we feel more alive, we feel like we have the strength to overcome any obstacle. We feel like we are also at a time where we feel good. We feel radiant, we feel strong, we feel positive. Strength is connected to the zodiac sign of Leo, which is also connected to the sun. So it brings this joy, it brings this radiance. And strength is also when we feel like we have the ability to overcome, we have the ability to have breakthroughs, and we also have the ability to really stand up for ourselves, to be assertive, to call our power back, which makes so much sense because sovereignty is like this beautiful mix between the Empress and the Strength card, because sovereignty is sort of like this queen energy, or it could even be king energy, I guess, but like who is able to lead their life. They have the freedom to do so. So this is just coming up strong for you, is all of this like freedom type of energy. I'm hearing that if some of you have been wanting more time to relax, more time for fun, if you've been wanting to manifest a vacation, if you've been wanting to manifest more independence, 100% all of that is happening in this next chapter. For those of you who have wanted to live more of a work from home or work as a nomad type of lifestyle, I feel like you are absolutely building that for yourself. For those of you who've just wanted a bit more freedom with your schedule, I 100% see that. And sort of like the power to really do that, the power to pull that off. And this Empress energy of like having time for you. So this is really powerful so far. Now let's go ahead and dive into our next cards to get some more information on this next chapter for you. My group fours. What else do we have for this next chapter for my group fours? By the way, this new card deck is like one of my favorites. I think it's so beautiful. Ooh, we had 10 of Pentacles Fallout for another group too, and now it's coming up for you as well. Then we also do have 6 of Swords. Okay, so 10 of Pentacles is one of my favorite cards in all of tarot, and it's actually one of the most positive cards in the tarot. 10 of Pentacles is abundance. So connected to what I was saying with the Empress energy. So this can indicate that we're making more money. This can indicate that we feel more stable, more secure. We feel like our foundation is set. We feel like our foundation is really reliable as well. Like it's not something that we're like, oh, is that going to change in the future? No, 10 of Pentacles is like solid, stable, we trust it, and we feel good. 10 of Pentacles is also when we have a very happy home life. It can also indicate gaining raises or getting inheritances or getting gifted money or just more money coming in. It can also indicate success in business, especially long-term success or success in a career. So it can indicate all of that. 10 Ten of Pentacles is also making me feel like your home will be significant. It's like you're really proud of your home in this next chapter. For some reason, Spirit is calling me to talk about a pet. Maybe some of you have a pet, or maybe some of you are thinking about getting a pet. That for some reason just came up. So take that as you will, but Spirit, I felt like was not leaving my brain alone before I said that. Like it just kept saying pet, and I was like, really? Is that what we see here? Spirit kept saying it. So I just decided to throw it out there. If you've been thinking about getting a pet, that's coming through on that card right there. For those of you that maybe already have a pet and that's like not in the cards, this is a general reading, so sometimes there will be things just for specific people. And I feel like the pet thing is for like a good 40% of you. It's like a good chunk of you that the pet thing is relevant, of getting a new pet in this next chapter and having like a cute little one. So, ooh, and then right when I said that, for those of you that are maybe wanting to get pregnant or currently are pregnant, stability, good things with this, feeling on top of it, stepping into your motherhood energy. So just wanted to throw that out there as well, since that just came to my mind. Six of Swords is when we are moving to clearer, calmer waters. We're also being guided in that direction. There is something that you are surrendering to, that you're just like, okay, I can't change this, so I'm going to go on my own way. Or surrendering to a situation and feeling ready to leave it behind. Six of Swords is like a bittersweet energy where we leave something behind because we know we're going to be happier somewhere else. We know that we're going to be happier moving forward, moving on. This could be moving to a new city away from your family, for example. And maybe it's going to be a bit bittersweet. Six of Swords can also indicate when we're like ready to transition out of an old job into a new one, and we know we're not going to be seeing the same people anymore, and it's kind of bittersweet, but we're also so excited at the same time. It can indicate stuff like that. It could also be a transition, like graduating from school and then going, into the next phase of life, where we know, again, we're not going to be surrounded by the same people. It's like bittersweet, but we're also excited, right? There's like an excitement here. Six of Swords is this bittersweet energy, but we're also so excited for where it's bringing us. And I absolutely see you, for some reason, Spirit's saying you're stepping into the unknown. You're going somewhere where you've never been before. You've never explored this before. This could also be transitioning to motherhood, for example, or fatherhood, or anything like this, where it's bittersweet. We're like, oh, well, I'm not going to be as free and as independent. Well, I mean, you're going to be really free and independent, okay? But, I'm just throwing this out there as an example. And then we transition into the next phase where it's like, oh, now I have this responsibility. Now I have this thing, even though it's so exciting, and it's actually more exciting. The Six of Swords always indicates that it's like that transition phase. So yeah, Six of Swords, that is what that indicates. This next chapter is going to be ultra exciting. And I think you're going to be very stoked for it. However, there is like a, oh, well, I do have to leave behind this chapter, which it was beautiful, but oh, I'm excited. So yeah, let's see what else we get. My group fours, we have 10 of Wands. Wow, 2 10s. So 10s are the completion of a phase. They're the ending of a chapter. They're also an accumulation point. So the accumulation of stability, wealth, proudness, this really great energy here. 10 of Wands is sometimes when we feel really busy and that we're taking on a lot. We might have a lot of responsibility on our hands. And perhaps you're actually taking on more responsibility in this next chapter. Yes, there's more freedom, there's more sovereignty. But for example, like if this is moving out on your own for the first time, yes, it's going to open up freedom. Yes, it's going to open up all this. But it does come with more responsibility. However, I feel like you're very excited for this new responsibility of however this is showing up in your life. I'm just throwing out different examples, but however this is showing up in your life, there will be like more that you're taking on. But I feel like there's this willingness, there's this excitement, there's this inner strength of like, yeah, I got this, and I'm so happy to now be here and have this next phase. So I do feel like it's going to be busy. I'm going to tell you that. It's going to be busy, but you absolutely got this, and it is going to be so worth it. We also have the Hierophant showing up. So this is funny. We've had a lot of similar cards to previous groups that are showing up. I am feeling really called to pull out another card for you, actually. But the Hierophant I also see you learning a lot more. This is like a whole new learning phase where maybe you're seeking a lot of new wisdom, new guidance, because this new phase of your life, it's different. You know, it's new in some way, shape, or form. It's just new that you are exploring this next phase. And I feel like you are going to be navigating and learning so much about how to kind of, navigate is the word that I'm looking for, navigate this new phase. The Hierophant can also indicate higher education, learning things, taking courses, reading books, educating yourself. It can symbolize education. So there could be an opportunity to learn something new or to dive into a course or a class or a book that's going to really up-level you. And also with this next card, this is kind of cute because with the Seven of Swords, I am seeing this like little bit of nervous energy that you might have about this next phase of like, oh, like I need to make sure that I do this right. I need to make sure that I have all the wisdom and the knowledge. I need to make sure that I'm thinking about everything. So there could even be a little bit of energy of like this nervousness of really wanting to make sure that you're doing things right, to really wanting to make sure that everything is going okay and that you're not making a mistake. But yes, I see a very positive outcome here and I want you to know that, and Spirit wants you to know that. But I am getting this like slight, like there could be like little instances of fear that are popping up into your mind of like, am I going to be okay? Am I going to do this right? Am I going to be well equipped? Am I ready for this? Like there could be a couple of those like little fears trying to surface around this transition, around this new responsibility, this new freedom, this new chapter that you're walking into. But I'm really seeing like the fact that we have 10 of Pentacles showing up here. You are well equipped. You have a sturdy foundation. This is the perfect time that you are doing this in. I also see that you are very strong, very capable of perfectly making it through. The fact that Six of Swords is upright, you're actually moving into a better place in your life. So yes, you got this. Yes, you're going to figure it out. The fact that we also have Strength here, the Empress as your two major theme cards of this next chapter. Oh my God, you're going to be great. Things are going to be fruitful. Things are going to be expansive for you, and you got this, okay? You got this. So diving into our next few cards here for my group fours. Let's see what else we get. Oh, I feel like that one wants to come out. Oh, okay, so we have the card. So some of you might be worried about money, financial constraints. Maybe some of you are like really thinking about that. This could also be like where you're at right now. We also have the first chakra, Archangel Michael. This one I swear just came up literally for the last group, which is crazy. But yes, the fact that we have 10 of Pentacles here, let me tell you that your money, like the things that you might be worried about right now, I see them absolutely working out. I see you getting to a way better place financially. So if this is a current worry that you have where you're feeling restricted or you're feeling like anxiety when you think about the future, I really, really, really see that you got this. The fact that we have 10 of Pentacles even coming up, the fact that we have the Empress, also Strength, like you're gonna absolutely be okay. The first chakra as well talks about our stability, our security, our sense of safety. It also talks about our ability to make money. That all comes and manifests from our first chakra, which is the root chakra. It's also where we manifest. We have the ability to manifest things in the world. It's also our ability to take action. And I'm seeing that you're gonna have this motivation. You have drive. I'm also seeing you balancing this area. So if you have felt imbalanced in the first root chakra, this is balancing, and I'm seeing you balancing your root, which is your foundation, which is your, again, stability, your security. This is something you are balancing in this next chapter. Okay? The fact that we even have the 10 of Pentacles coming up, you are absolutely building something very sustainable. I think that, Spirit just said that you are going to be focused on making new decisions monetarily in this next chapter. And those new decisions, the decisions that you're even sort of realizing and making right now are going to really pay off in this next chapter. They're really going to pay off. Spirit wants to say that you're already on the right track because of these thoughts, these realizations, that you have been having already have been guiding you in the right direction to getting your 10 of Pentacles. So that's that. Let's see, what else do we get for my group 4s? All about this next chapter. So we also have the Seer. So this is when we unlock our ability to see, to gain clarity, enlighten, visualize, interpret. So this could very much also be like visualizing what it is that you want to create. If any of you have been like goal setting, working towards that, I'm seeing that really paying off. If you haven't done that yet, I would highly recommend, because I see that that's going to be something that really pays you off. The more that you can clarify your direction, the better off that you are going to be. But I'm also seeing you gaining a lot of clarity on everything that you're currently maybe worried about, anything that hasn't worked itself out yet, any answers that you're still seeking. I'm seeing that those are coming in perfect timing along your timeline of getting into this next phase, getting into more freedom. Let's see what else we have here. My group 4s. Okay, we also have a card that flew out on the ground. This is our way shower. Wow. Okay, so if you are unclear about how something's going to happen, if you are unclear about the right decisions that you need to make, way shower is when all of that, we gain clarity on that. We're all of a sudden able to see it. I feel like this is going to unfold the more that time passes. Like you're going to be able to see more, understand more. We also have teacher showing up. The fact that we have Hierophant and teacher showing up, I would not be surprised if some of you are either wanting to step into more of a teacher position in your life, or wanting to spread wisdom or knowledge, or wanting to learn or educate yourself or prepare yourself for this next chapter. Maybe you're really into learning, seeking out information, seeking teachers, reading books, taking courses, things like that. That's coming in heavily right now. Again, these both have different layers because it's like the student, the one who learns and is seeking the teacher. But the flip side of the teacher and the Hierophant also indicate that you may feel called to step up, to share more wisdom, share more information, and things like that. So it has that duality, and you might even feel called or resonate with both of those or one side of that. Again, it's a general reading, so I like to point out all the different layers and options. Most of the time, tarot has such layers to where we resonate with both sides of what the tarot is representing. So you might find in your life that you resonate with both of those. Also, we have a number 4 popping up right here. You are group number 4, so that is significant, and that talks about setting out a foundation, like a really strong foundation. We also have another 4 over here. That's interesting. 4s are showing up for a lot of people. I would not be surprised if you were also drawn to the other group that had a 4 pop up as well as their prominent number. I forgot which group that was already because when I do these readings, like my brain does not hold on to the information whatsoever. So I don't even remember what group that was at this point, but there was another group that had a lot of 4s pop up. So I wouldn't be surprised if you were also drawn to that group, but even if not, that's okay. Your message is right here. So that is what we have for you. My group 4 is all about your future, that next chapter that you are stepping into. It's like that path is going to unfold so much more. So much clarity is going to come in. The how is going to present itself because maybe you've been really wanting to manifest something or to create something in your life. Maybe you've been really dreaming about something, but you don't know how it's going to show up. This next chapter, the way shower, like that's just going to come in. That is going to come in. The way and the how and the means is going to present itself and is going to make itself clear in the next coming months. In terms of timeline, let's talk about timeline. So what I'm feeling is that this major transition into more freedom, into more sovereignty, intuitively, I am feeling summertime is coming up prominently, like the month of July is coming up really prominently. Also, the term 3 months is coming up really prominently. So this is a timeless reading. No matter when you are listening to this, This is timeless. This is going to call you whenever you feel called to it, okay? But in terms of timeline, Spirit is giving me those 3 different things. Sometimes Spirit is vague with timelines in general readings, just because they are general readings and everyone has a slightly different timeline. So sometimes Spirit gives broad examples, or sometimes Spirit gives a multitude of different options. But you are going to feel intuitively which one makes the most sense to you. Or you might even be surprised and find out like, oh wait, that's sooner than I thought. That happened sooner than I would have guessed. So things happen like that. But again, those things that I'm feeling is, for some reason, July is coming into my mind, summer is coming into my mind, and 3 months is coming into my mind. So that is when I feel like all of these things are going to start really shifting. More opportunity, or the way is going to make itself clear about stepping into more freedom, stepping into more time off, stepping into more pleasure, more fun. I really see this next chapter for you. It's fun. It's really, really fun. And I see you being able to enjoy yourself, letting go of stress, especially if currently you feel stressed in this aspect of life with the 7 of Swords, like maybe just thinking about like what could go wrong, financial constraints that you might be like, how am I going to make that work? Right? You might be asking yourself that right now. Like, how am I going to make that work? But let me tell you, Spirit is coming through all right here. The way is going to show itself. And I feel like it's going to show itself because you're interested in learning. You're interested in educating yourself, learning skills, learning the way. And I just feel like you're going to find the information. You are going to find the how. That is going to present itself. And you will be moving into this direction where things are easy. Abundance, financial abundance, freedom, more fun, more excitement, more independence in your life, more freedom with your schedule. All of that is coming in this next chapter. So trust it. Trust that Spirit is going to unfold it as you continue to move forward, as you continue to trust. That's literally the key here. As you continue to trust, the way will be shown to you. But you have to continue to trust, hold your vision, see it, hold that vision. The way is literally going to come. Continue seeking that knowledge, continue having fun, continue living life, continue absorbing that energy. As you embody the energy of what you want to attract, it will begin showing up in your life and magnetizing to you. That is how you magnetize things. You embody the energy of what you want to attract. So that is the key secret. That's where I'm going to leave you off. Group number 4. Thank you so much for joining me here today for this video all about the next chapter of your life. I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group 5s, if this was your pile, let's go ahead and dive into your reading all about the next chapter of your life. All right, my group 5s, we have action, creation, and the masculine. Your next chapter of your life. Let me tell you. Okay, so everyone on this planet has a mix of masculine and feminine energy. We all do. It just kind of represents different types of energy. So the masculine energy is all about taking action, protecting, striving forward, determination. They're very like goal oriented, and it's just all like action, action, action. Let's attain. It's also about the physical attainment, and the masculine again likes to protect. It likes to make the feminine feel safe, and the feminine is the creative energy. And what I'm seeing for you in this next chapter is that I feel like you've been in the creative energy where maybe you've been thinking about things or, you know, wanting different things. This next chapter for you is all about action, and it's all about stepping into the masculine energy, which is doing, attaining, making progress, moving forward, creating a safe environment for yourself where you feel more protected, you feel more balanced, you feel more secure. That is this next chapter for you, is taking action towards all of those different things. So we're stepping out of just the imagination and we're stepping more into the doing, the action, and all of that. The masculine energy as well is really sticking out to me in the sense that perhaps this next chapter, there might be a divine masculine type of person coming into your life, offering more stability or offering more protection, offering the divine masculine type of energy, which helps us feel more secure. It helps us feel more creative. So if you're already in a relationship, I see like a lot of support coming in from that relationship. If I'm also getting that this could also be like a business partnership for some of you, where we're able to get more done because we're able to expand and delegate tasks, things like that. I'm also seeing like a lot of forward movement when it comes to your life, your goals, your direction. I'm also seeing you gaining more clarity on direction, and that's why we're able to like take action. It's like you're really ready in this phase to take action and make progress. So that is coming through really heavily here. The next cards that we're going to shuffle are this small little deck, which is all different major arcana cards from the tarot. And basically we're going to get one of these cards because they represent major life chapters. And since we're talking about your next chapter of life, I want to get one of these to let us know the overarching theme and energy of this next chapter for you. So let's see, my group fives. What is your overall theme and overarching energy? Ooh, so we have the card of hope, which is actually like a extended card of this deck. So it's not actually in the regular tarot cards. This is an extended card. This next chapter for you is having faith and trusting in the process, trusting in your future. In fact, actually, Spirit is telling me to pull one more card for you too. Spirit says that you need two cards to represent the energy that you're going into. But hope is when we have faith and trust in our future. And that's why we're able to take action, because we actually have the faith and trust that, you know what, this could actually really work out. And it's interesting that we have 3 moons on these cards and they're all on the right side, which is the masculine side. It represents the masculine energy. You are all moving forward. All of your energy is going to be focused on making progress, taking action, and doing things and getting stuff done. I feel like this is going to be a productive, like very ultra productive next chapter for you. Maybe you're also called to be more productive. Maybe that's a thing that you've been feeling lately. Like, I want to be more productive, or I want to make like a more progress, more energy to feel like also secure, protected to make progress, all of that. We also have the card of judgment coming through. This is a higher calling. If you see these angels at the top with their trumpets and then the people down here, this is when we feel like we have a higher calling. You are being called to step up. You are being called to take action. You are being called to do things, to answer the call. So you probably already feel this now, that there is some sort of calling to you to like take action on something, to take action on an idea or a vision that you might have, to take action on an opportunity. You're being called into that. And I feel like this next chapter, you're answering that call. Ooh, I just heard that there actually might be an important call with an opportunity showing up very soon. I'm hearing like the next 2-ish weeks, maybe 2 months max. Spirit likes to give wider timelines in general readings because it has to encompass a wider group of people. So Spirit likes to give a broader timeline, but I'm hearing 2 weeks to 2 months from now, there could be this important call where there's this like opportunity, or there's an idea that somehow sparked from this conversation. This is going to give you a sort of calling where we need to take action and make a decision, and it's like answering the call. And I'm hearing the words to be honest about your feelings, wants, and needs when it comes to this call, but to also know that you have what it takes. You 100% have what it takes, and this is your opportunity to take action. This is your opportunity to step into that divine masculine side of your energy, which is all the action-oriented energy, whereas the feminine is more of like the nurturing, the relaxing, that kind of energy. The masculine is the action, productivity, getting stuff done type of energy. Let's see, what else do we get for you? We also have the Death card coming up. So the Death card is one of my favorites in the deck because it indicates change and a metamorphosis. You can think about the Death card as the caterpillar becoming the butterfly. It goes through a massive metamorphosis, and that's what you are going to be going through in this next chapter. So if you used to think of yourself more as the caterpillar, for example, You know, maybe it felt like we couldn't really fly. Maybe it felt like we were living the same day over and over again. Maybe it felt like no growth was happening. This next chapter for you, there's a lot of growth and transformation where we are being called to leave behind being the caterpillar and we're being called to transform into the butterfly, where our action is going to take us so much further because now we have wings, we can fly, we can move so much faster, we can, you know, we've just grown into a bigger version of ourselves. We have new skills. So in this next chapter, you might even be called to learn something new, to take action, to expand yourself. The death can also indicate answering this call and taking this opportunity, and then we rise higher in some way. So yeah, this is a time of metamorphosis for yourself. I also think that a lot of your identity, your self-image is also going to be shifting, because when you used to look in the mirror, maybe all you saw was the caterpillar. This next chapter is looking into the mirror and seeing like, oh, I'm the butterfly. So we also have 10 of Swords being reversed, and then we have Queen of Swords upright. Planning, decision-making. I don't know why the Queen of Swords is pregnant in this depiction, because Queen of Swords doesn't really ever depict pregnancy. Queen of Swords, though, can be an announcement, can be an opportunity coming through. So, yeah. However, the fact that we do have a pregnant woman on this card, some of you, that might be relevant. However, I feel like that's a very small percentage of you, but for those of you that might be thinking about that, or that might be in the cards for you, that would be your confirmation on that. Pregnancy and pregnant women within symbolism, within the tarot, can also indicate being fertile with ideas, being fertile with the creation of something, and taking action to make things come to life. 10 of Swords being reversed is when we are letting go of, for one, a victim mentality. That's one thing it represents. It can also indicate healing from physical ailments or physical pains, or an emotional situation that has caused us pain, a mental situation that has caused us pain, things like this. 10 of Swords, when it's reversed, is the healing of that. So yes, I am seeing healing on the levels of letting go of victimhood. So if you used to think like, oh, I'm not capable of that, I'll never achieve that, that'll never be for me, things like this, maybe thoughts that used to weigh on you and thoughts that were not serving you. I'm seeing letting go of that. And Queen of Swords is when we start getting so much more in touch with a positive mentality, a mentality that supports us and helps us grow, a mentality that helps us become more fertile in life with our goals and ideas. 10 of Swords being reversed is so positive. It's literally the healing and the letting go of all the things that were once weighing on you. Also with 10 of Swords reversed, another thing that I wanted to say about that is if you have been having like aches or pains, and I mean that like physically, mentally, or emotionally. When 10 of Swords is reversed, it is the clearing of that. We are solving that issue. It's no longer poking us in the behind. It's no longer any of that. That phrase just there like gave me an epiphany. If anything has been feeling like it's poking you in the behind, like maybe somebody's like constantly poking and prodding you for an answer when you don't know yet, or somebody's constantly poking and prodding you about different things, or this could even be other responsibilities, other situations that they're just like, yeah, poking into you a little bit and it's getting annoying. That is also healing and going away. You are getting absolutely on top of that and feeling good. You are clearing that. You are so able to fight that off and get over that. So let's see what else we have for you, my group fives. We also have the 5 of Wands. I see this like you are so able to be more assertive. That is really coming through strong here. And also the fact that we have Divine Masculine coming through as well. Assertiveness. Oh, if you have been wanting to, if you've been stuck in any situation where maybe you've been a pushover before, or maybe you feel like people would walk all over you or take advantage of you, or if you felt like it was hard to speak your truth to people because you didn't want to offend them or hurt their feelings, wow, is that ever about to change? This next chapter, I feel like you are so over that. It's like you don't want to be that anymore. And the divine masculine is the energy of being assertive, but being the balanced assertive. They're not aggressive. They're not like overly controlling or anything like that. They are just assertive. They will assert their thoughts because they know that their thoughts are worthwhile. They know that, you know, they're not just gonna let people disrespect them or walk all over them, things like that. But they do things in a balanced way. They don't fight back in an immature way. They're just balanced. They're mature. They are strong. They are powerful. Queen of Swords energy as well. It's just like, let's say it like it is. Let's say what's on our mind. Let's not let things walk all over us and poke us in the butt and take advantage of us, right? So I see you being more aware of that and working towards like, you know what, I'm no longer going to be scared of conflict. I'm no longer going to be, and I see you facing something that maybe we've needed to face, a conversation that maybe we've needed to have, or perhaps again, it's just multiple things that we are really ready to just be assertive, be ourselves, step more into our power with those situations, saying it like it is. If you've also been on the opposite end of that spectrum, where maybe you've been somebody who always gets into aggressive arguments, aggressive talks, maybe things always just seem to blow up because we've had too much of the masculine dominant energy, I see you also working on that and working through that. And this would be instead coming to a more peaceful situation where we're being assertive but respectful, and we're also able to tame ourselves a little bit more. So again, if you've been on the opposite end of that spectrum, it's more coming back into balance. No matter what side of that spectrum you've been on, things are coming more into balance in regards to your communication, your fieriness, the things that you need to say, get off your chest, all of that. So the action that you take is becoming more in balance, okay? So let's dive into some more cards here. Let's see. My group fives, what else do we get for this next chapter of your life? Angel number 44, this is showing up for so many people. So many people are coming to a place of manifesting more stability, and you are no exception to that rule. Woman holding a heart, I'm seeing that you are healing. If you've ever needed some heart healing, or if you've been wanting to call in more self-love, more time to give to yourself, to love yourself, if you've been needing that, that is coming through in this next chapter as well. I'm also seeing support coming through from a feminine figure in your life. So this could be like a wife, a girlfriend, your mom, but a feminine figure in your life, a really important feminine figure. This might not even be like a family member or anything like that. This could also be like a feminine figure, like such as a feminine boss that we might have, a female boss or something like this. But I'm seeing like praise and appreciation and support coming in from this person. And I'm seeing it being really transformative and really positive. Really, really positive. I see it being something that's like, oh, wow, you really feel that way? Like, oh my God, that's so special. And I feel like that's going to be a really, really nice situation for you. I'm also seeing wearing your heart more on your sleeve, being able to express yourself. We also have door to spirit coming through. This is when we connect more to the spiritual energies around us that are guiding us. If you've been needing more guidance, especially signs from the universe that you are on the right path, that is coming through, that is gushing through. That's going to happen a lot through this next chapter. Like signs are going to be rushing in. I'm seeing that feathers are going to be prominent. So if you see feathers laying around, that is a sign of ascension, growing your wings, like we were talking about in the death card. So growing your wings, ascending over old problems. It's a sign also of freedom and peace, and that your angels are surrounding you as well. So it's a sign of all of those different things. Also, what I'm seeing within our cards over here, there's like this dark background, but this magic that's like floating through the cards. This is making me feel like right now you are going through a time where there's certain things that might be unknown, where you're looking for a sign, you're looking for guidance, you're looking for the sign that you're on the right path. The magic that's over here lets me know that you are being divinely guided by your inspiration, by your inner callings that you have. And Spirit wants you to know that those inner callings are not leading you astray. They're leading you right where you need to be. And door to Spirit, your intuition is becoming stronger in this next chapter. There's going to be signs and synchronicities that start happening to let you know that you are on the right path. And when you get those signs and synchronicities, trust in them, okay? Because they are there to let you know that yes, you're doing the right things, taking the right action. You are on the right path. I'm also seeing there's this like really powerful energy coming through where it's like no longer feeling fearful, no longer feeling scarcity. The divine masculine is like so determined, and no matter what's going on in the divine masculine's life, the divine masculine is like so determined to get to the end goal, to make the vision happen. And they fully, and I mean fully, believe in themselves. This is the energy you're stepping into in this next chapter, is this full like determination within yourself of like, I'm not letting myself down. I'm going to make these certain things happen. I'm going to make these changes, take these actions, reach this destination, reach this goal. So I see that happening a lot in this next chapter. Let's see what else we get for you, my group fives. This next chapter of your life, what else do we have? Any last messages? Ooh, let's see. Okay, we have Love Maker, and I feel like these other cards want to come out too. We have Love Maker, which kind of reminds me of woman holding a heart. There's more compassion, like love for life. Love for other people. I feel like you're going to be more expressive with what's on your heart in this next chapter. If you have felt closed off, or if you've been just not taking the time to express what's on your heart, I feel like this next chapter is like more heartfelt experiences, heartfelt situations. Even with those that you are close to, those that you love, there's more heartfelt conversations and more heartfelt experiences coming through. We also have the card of the divine, door to Spirit, and then divine, connect, stabilize, personify, calibrate. You are calibrating in the right direction. Signs are coming in. Stabilize. Things are stabilizing for you because of this divine masculine energy that you have. We also have the card of the seeker, who finds a way. If there is a will, there is a way. And that is so true for the divine masculine. That is so true for the seeker. We also have the action card. Like the seeker, if there's a will, there's a way. They are going to find a way. And this is you in this next chapter of really finding a way. Heeding ahead, appraise, facing anything that you need to face to overcome it, expose. So this can also be where we open up. Oh, I'm hearing that you're going to expose more of your heart, more of your feelings, more of who you really are, feeling this opening of who you are, to be able to express it more, to give and receive love more. If you felt imbalanced when it came to giving and receiving love, this is also healing, because I feel like you're more open to be more vulnerable, to expose your true thoughts and feelings, which will allow you to give more, but it will also actually allow you to receive more as well. So that is also coming through there. Let me see if I see any last messages here before we move on. So my group fives, ooh, we have a number 5 right here. That for some reason just stuck out. 5s, by the way, indicate shifts and changes. Shifts and changes. It can also indicate unexpected shifts and changes too. So there could also be different things happening in this next little while that create different unexpected shifts and changes. In terms of timeline, when it comes to all this divine masculine energy sort of becoming really prominent for you, this action, gaining these signs, gaining progress, opening your heart, all of these things. I'm seeing that this next chapter, I'm hearing around 2 months coming through. So it's around the same time that you are getting this higher calling coming through, which I was feeling around 2 weeks to 2 months coming through. And all of this action, I'm really hearing that it's going to happen within these next 2 months. It's like this newfound confidence of, I got this, I'm gonna do this. It's this real deep determination of not giving up, really moving forward. We have double sixes here as well, the 1 and the 5, the 2 and the 4. Sixes are when we get back into harmony. We get back into harmony of our life. So more balance is coming through. Magic, following your inner light, where it's guiding you. It's going to guide you to much, much more like magical places, magical experiences in your life. And I am feeling like a big theme for you is more appreciation, giving yourself more love. I'm also hearing that people want to throw a celebration or a party for you in the next little while. So there's maybe like a, I'm seeing like really actually fully celebrating either a birthday or a significant event. And it's like a fun celebration. That for some reason is just coming through right now as well. Some sort of fun celebration for you. So, and I feel like that fun celebration is going to happen within the next 3 months for the timeline on that. So that is what we have. My beautiful, beautiful group number 5s. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video, all about the next chapter of your life, what you can expect happening. There's so much more action being taken. Oh my God. If you have been contemplating something that you're like, I should probably do that. I should probably take action on that. I should probably finally step into that. Wow. This next chapter is you absolutely 100% wholeheartedly fully stepping into that, making that transformation of really believing in yourself and doing it, creating more of that self-trust and pushing forward. So yes, again, that is what we have to hear. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye.